This stupid thing just exploded. It cooked for too long. It's completely burnt. I can't eat that. But that's fine. I've lost my appetite anyway. Come inside, my darlings. I've missed you. And who's that? Teacup! I bet you thought you'd never see me again. Well, make yourselves at home. Dinner is ready to be served. Come on, everybody. Gather around. It's time for dinner. You never eat my food, Teacup. Already had your dinner, have you? No, I get it. I know. You're a good friend. The best friend I have, really. The only friend in the whole fucking world. You come over to keep me company and want nothing in return. I appreciate it. You should know. If you could know what I've been through lately. I've been to hell and back, my boy. But I'm here now. In my flat. Alive. And it's still the same mess that it's always been. I'm not sure how to deal with all this anymore. Don't know if I can. I wish I could be like you, at peace with the world, always smiling. Someone's at the door. But who could it be so late at night?
Are you out of your mind? Do you know what time it is? We've all had it with you and your bloody cats!
I suggest you change your tone right now.
Don't tell me about my tone. I'll have any tone I like. If it's alright for you to play the fucking piano in the middle of the night, then I can bloody raise my voice if I want to. You think you own this place? You think any of us here care about your stinking cats? They are a bloody nuisance!
Get lost, you bald, ugly man. I'm done talking to you.
What? How dare you? This is going to stop, one way or the other, you crazy cat lady. If this happens again, you'll see pest control stepping in, and it won't be pretty. Hell, I'll poison your fucking cats myself if I have to.
Point that finger at me again, and I will break it. I'm done talking to you. Go fuck yourself.
In my head it's like hell, and I don't feel I've got the please wash me with your rain. In my head it's so strange, I can't remember names. In my head it's like hell, and yet you want me still.
Standing by the river, I'm thinking, will I jump again? No. Behind the closed doors, I have fallen in love with the razor.
Cause I'm going somewhere and you're not coming.
I've slept all night and most of the day. Why am I still feeling tired? Someone's at the door. I really hope it's not him again.
Hello, Miss Ashworth. How are you? Are you feeling better?
Do I know you?
Of course. You don't remember me. My name is Mitzi Hunt. We met a few days ago. You were out cold at the time. Those pills you had worked real good. You probably had one too many, mind you.
So it's you. I had a feeling you'd turn up sooner or later.
It is me, indeed. A girl who got in the way and fucked everything up. I'll understand if you're angry at me. It wouldn't surprise me if you blame me for calling the ambulance and saving your life, but I had other reasons for it too. Personal reasons. It's important. It's important. That's why I came here the other night. To talk to you.
Why would you want to talk to me? It makes no sense.
I saw the ad you'd put in the paper. It seems you have a room to rent.
They still print that? It was months ago. Nobody ever called. I forgot all about it. I gave up on it, actually.
Well, I'd like to be your lodger, Miss Ashworth.
But
You've got the room and I've got the money. Won't that work for both of us? I'm very tidy. I don't make much noise, and I promise not to spend too long in the bathroom in the morning.
I don't really...
I read your suicide note, you know. I'm sorry, but I did. I understand that you like your loneliness. You stray from people. I get it. But I won't get in the way. I promise I will give you your space. You won't even know that I'm here half the time. What do you think? Do we have a deal?
Well, I guess I could do with some extra money, but...
Great! Can I come in?
How did you get in that night? I'm sure I locked the door.
Well... Okay, I'll tell you. You won't like it probably, but I'll tell you. I picked the lock.
You did what?
Look, I know it sounds like I'm some sort of criminal, but believe me, I'm not. My dad was a master locksmith. He knew everything there was to know about locks. He taught me some of that stuff too. Look, I've got this little box. I always carry it with me. There are a few types of lockpicks in it. They're very expensive. Custom made. It's now the only thing that reminds me of him.
I see. But you know, it does sound like your father was really a burglar, not a locksmith.
It's not important anymore.
I guess it isn't. But what gave you an idea that you can pick the lock on my front door and just barge in uninvited?
I heard the cats. They were going crazy. It was like if all hell broke loose inside. The noise they made. It was incredible. Like ghosts howling. Then for a while, it turned into an almost human cry. Well, anyway, I kept banging on the door, but you were already asleep. In a coma or whatever. So I pulled out a sea rake and got the door open. You could say I had a hunch.
A hunch. Great.
I had a hunch that something was very wrong. And I made no mistake, did I?
You said you were my daughter at the hospital. You're a little liar, aren't you? How can I trust you? How should I know you won't slit my throat when I sleep?
Jesus, what's wrong with you? Slit your throat? Are you always so suspicious of people? If I wanted to do such a thing, I would never have bothered saving you, would I? Just think about it for a second. I was trying to avoid all the stupid questions. I didn't know what else to say. That seemed like an easy option at the time. Otherwise, they wouldn't have let me come in the ambulance with you. And I wanted to see if you've made it.
Well, I died in that hospital, if you must know.
Oh.
But not for long enough. It seems I must have been too attached to this shitty life I lead, and must suffer some more before I can rest.
Jesus, Miss Ashworth. Why all this negativity? What in the world has made you think this way? Clearly the only thing you suffer is some nasty depression. Not that it's any of my business. But have you tried talking about it to a doctor?
Yes, I have.
Did it help?
Not at first, but yeah, it did. This spare room I have is pretty bad, you should know.
I'm not fussy. It's not for long anyway. Just a few weeks, maybe. Anything is better than what I've got at the moment.
Which is?
I slept at the train station last night. There's a guy there who talks to rats. You should see him.
Wait, can you even afford rent for the room?
Sure. I'll pay you for 2 months in advance. Money's not an issue.
Why not go to a hotel then?
I hate hotels.
More than train stations, with homeless weirdos and rats.
Robbie? Oh no, he's cool. He's alright. And he kept the rats away.
Why do you want this room so much? Let's face it, this flat's falling apart. It's cold, it's dark, it's a bit mouldy. This is the old part of town where nothing ever happens. It's far from the city centre, and there are only 2 buses going through here, and that's if you're lucky. And I'm known around here as a fucked up, wicked cat lady. They'd burn me at the stake if they could. They'd put me in a bag and drown me in the river like a litter of kittens. I'm not exactly great company for a young girl like yourself.
Who are they?
People, just people.
I don't give a fuck about people, Miss Ashworth. But I do like cats. I think they'll smell the rats on me. Really need a shower.
I'm sure you'll change your mind when you see it.
I'd love to see it. And I'm sure it isn't as bad as you picture it.
The window is stuck, and it doesn't shut properly.
It's alright. I like fresh air.
There's clutter everywhere.
I'll tidy up.
It's got a funny smell.
I'll burn some joss sticks to cover it up. I love joss sticks.
Fine. I give up. Follow me. You can see it for yourself, if you're so stubborn.
This room is perfect.
Really? What about all this clutter?
I'll move some stuff to the side if that's okay with you. But most of it I can use. All I really need is a bed to sleep and a roof over my head to cover me from that rain. And a power outlet so I can charge my laptop. Oh, and somewhere to watch too. You got a shower, right? I'm dying for a shower.
Are you a part of that emo subculture?
Please don't say that word ever again. No, this is just how I dress. I grew up listening to real rock and roll, not that emo crap. I'd hate to be a part of that generic bandwagon.
Okay. Clearly a sensitive subject for you.
You know, people seem to think that just because someone dresses in black, they're called emo. You can't generalize like that. It's more complicated.
I dress in black too.
Of course! That's because black is the best color. Period.
You mentioned some personal reasons for staying here.
Yes. It's a long story though. I don't really want to bore you with all that personal crap.
Okay. In that case, could you give me the short version?
Yeah, alright. I'm looking for someone. I don't really know this person, but it's a friend of a friend. I only ever talk to this guy online, so I don't know what it looks like. I love this lamp. Does it work? What was I talking about? Oh, yes. I don't know what he looks like, but I know my way around computers. I managed to track him down. Turns out he lives here, in this building somewhere. What I don't know is which flat he lives in. There are 8 flats here altogether. He's in one of them, and I must just figure out which one. It shouldn't be too hard.
What do you want from this person?
I just want to talk to him. He said something really bad. Something horrible. I need to talk to him to get closure, you know?
Just talk. Are you sure?
Yep. I want to meet face to face with him. That's all.
You're not in some kind of trouble, are you?
Do I really look like some kind of serial murderer to you, Miss Ashworth?
I don't know. What do serial murderers look like anyway?
A scar across the face, an eye patch, rough stubble. Those sort of things, I guess.
That's a pirate you've just described. Just add a wooden peg leg and we've got a full picture. But who knows? I'm no expert on murderers. Not yet, anyway. Is there anyone I can contact? For references?
Well, I've never really rented a room before, so not really. I've lived with my mum all my life. Till recently, that is.
I could give her a call.
Oh, that would be a perfect spot for my poster up there. Yeah, sure, that would be okay. You know, you've been asking me all these questions and I never had a chance to ask about how you're feeling. I mean, you've just gone through a terrible experience. You barely survived. I suppose I might be out of line to ask you this, but I'm really curious as to why you tried to kill yourself. What made you do that? What did you feel?
Long story. Won't bore you with this personal crap.
Ha ha ha. Right back at me, I guess. I did give you a short version, though.
Yes, but somehow I can't help the feeling that you've omitted a few important facts.
Just some details. Anyway, I suppose your story is the kind that can't be shortened. Still, if you feel like talking about it sometimes, I'd love to listen.
I'll bear that in mind, Mitzi. Let's go back to the living room.
Room's great. So what do you say, Miss Ashworth? I hope you're not going to change your mind about this. Miss Ashworth? What happened? Are you alright?
Go away! You have to go away right now!
But why? Miss Ashworth, what's wrong?
You're not safe here. You should leave. Now.
Please, Miss Ashworth, I'd really like to stay. Don't throw me out now.
Well, you can't stay. You can't. If you don't go, something terrible's gonna happen to you. Please, just leave me alone. I was perfectly happy before you came. I have my cats. I knew You were one of them. I knew it.
What are you talking about? Look, just try to relax. Everything's okay.
But why you? Why would you want to do this to me? You have no reason.
Calm down. I'm not gonna do anything to you, alright? I just want to rent a room. Nothing else. I promise. Damn, I even swear. I won't cause you any trouble, okay? Just take a deep breath. Please explain to me what's happened. I'm a little confused here.
Then... maybe... Oh, no. 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 Just stay away from me.
What?
Are you deaf? Did I not make myself clear? This is not a good place for you.
Where am I gonna go? It's late and it's pouring down with rain.
I don't give a damn where you go. You can go back to the bloody train station for all I care. Anywhere. Anywhere but here. You're going to die.
I know. Yeah. I know. But how did you know, Miss Ashworth? Are you some sort of a psychic? Do you possess some kind of supernatural mind-reading abilities? Or is it just so fucking obvious?
What do you mean? I don't know how you're going to die, but call it a hunch if you like.
That's cool. A hunch. Well, I do. I know exactly. It's already started, as a matter of fact. Do you want to see? I'll show you. Here, Miss Ashworth. Take a good look, 'cause I'm not going to do it again.
It's time to wake up, my little pussycat. What's the matter, sleepyhead? Had a bad dream? Do you want me to give you a cuddle and a kiss? Take the nightmares away? What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Well, don't you worry, my sweetest. I know a thing or two about pussycats. I can help. What do you say? Shall I take a good look at this pussy of yours?
You're a dead man. You just don't know it yet. I'll cut your throat open and watch you bleed to death. I'll feed your body to the crows. Oh, you're gonna regret this, pal.
What's going on in there? Who's this? Did you play with this little bitch behind my back? 'Cause if you did, I swear to God...
Me? I'd never do that. You know me, honey. You're the only girl for me. This lady here will join us for dinner. That's all.
For what? Take the goddamn mask off when you talk to me. You know damn well I can't stand it. And make sure you put it back in the van so you don't fucking lose it again.
Okay, okay.
I was just saying, she's here for dinner.
Good. Dinner. I'm starving. And I'm sick to death of them bloody cats. You nasty little whore! Trying to seduce my husband in my own home? How bloody rude!
Who the fuck are you?
Shut up, you stupid bitch! I know what you're up to. You kept staring at him with these big green eyes. You want him, don't you? You think you can take him from me? Well, I've got just the thing. I always keep this bottle handy. It's bleach, the strongest you can get. You give me no choice. I can't risk losing him. I have to make sure he won't be attracted to you anymore. You won't need these eyes and this face much longer anyway. No one will do it right if you don't do it yourself.
Hey there, gorgeous. I see my old lady brought the bleach again. What a shame. I really liked your eyes. It could have been a start of something very exciting for us, if you know what I mean. She does that every single time. What do they call it? Trust issues. That's it. Well, never mind. Plenty more fish in the sea. I'm not too fussy, but even I have some standards. Ain't gonna touch a bird like you, I gotta be honest, girl. You look like shit. But I wouldn't want you to think I'm not a kind man. Plenty of time until dinner, and you're in pain, so I've brought something to end your suffering. Think of it as an option. I've got this gun here. It's one of my favourites. There's just one bullet in the chamber. Large caliber. You'd be long dead before you'd feel any pain. Sounds good, doesn't it? I mean, it's just an idea, you know, no pressure. Ah, of course. You can't see it. That bleach turns your eyes to nothing but jelly. So I'll just leave it for you here. Feel free to use it. That bullet's meant for you anyway. I'd better go now. We won't want to get caught red-handed again, would we? You naughty minx. What was that? You can't reach it? Well, what did you expect? Life's a real fucker sometimes.
What? Who's this? My eyes. I can't see a thing. That bitch. A key? Who are you? Say something. Anything. I should be able to unlock the handcuffs now. No! No, no, no! I dropped it! Where is it? Where the hell is it? got it. I'm sorry, Mitzi. I have to break my promise.
Hope you don't mind creepy posters.
It's your room. You can do what you like with it. But I definitely prefer this to fairies, rainbows, and pink unicorns. Did you make these?
No. My boyfriend made them. Some of them, anyway. So, Miss Ashworth, I happen to have a bottle of wine in my bag. I was going to leave it to Robert, but I forgot all about it.
Robert?
The guy with the rats?
Oh, yes. Of course.
So, shall we have a drink then? We could get to know each other a bit more. I know, I promised I won't get in the way. And, I mean, you don't have to if you don't feel like it. But since we're going to live together for a little while, it won't hurt if we talk to each other, will it?
Yeah, that's okay, I guess.
Great! I'll bring the wine. Oh, damn. It's one of those bottles with a cork. Have you got a bottle opener, Miss Ashworth?
In the kitchen. I'll go get it, shall I?
Yes, please. And while you're there, could you get a couple of glasses too? Have you found that corkscrew yet? We also need some wine glasses.
I should make a coffee first. There you go. Let's get that bottle open.
Yeah, but we'll need glasses too. See if you can find some.
I found some wine glasses.
Oh right, that's all we need. Oh, and Miss Ashworth, I really must say this before we start.
Yeah?
I promise I won't cut your throat when you're asleep.
Very funny, Mitzi.
Oh no, I mean it.
That's fine. But just so you know, I always sleep with my eyes open. How are you planning to find this guy?
I don't know yet. A bit of detective work, perhaps. It shouldn't be that hard, really. There are only 8 apartments here. 1 is yours. That leaves us with 7. I was hoping that you could give me a hand, actually. You know some of your neighbors, don't you?
Not many. I never really cared about them. They changed over the years, too. You probably also figured by now that this is not the sort of place where new neighbors are greeted with a freshly baked cake. You see a new face, you give them a blank stare as you pass them in the hall, and you forget about them a minute later.
That bad, eh?
Well, there's that bald guy who lives above me in flat 5. He came here recently to shout in my face. He's a nasty piece of work, but I really don't think he's the person you're looking for.
What does he do for a living?
I think he's a train driver.
I can't imagine somehow that my guy would be a train driver. Okay, that's good. Leaves us with just 6. Anyone else you know?
I'd have to think.
You know, maybe not tonight. Let's just talk about something else, okay? I have plenty of time. There's no need to rush this. Maybe tomorrow we could sit down together and make a plan. I could draw a simple map of the building, and with your help, mark down who lives where.
Sounds good to me, Mitzi. So, the big C. Want to talk about it?
Well, to be honest, I didn't really want to tell you about it like that. I put you in a very difficult position, I know. It's just that I was really desperate to get this room. I hope you can understand. This is the last and most important thing I must do before my time is up.
It's fine. You seem alright. It's just... I find it hard to trust people these days. Maybe it's time I opened my eyes to see others have problems too. Some, like yourself, even bigger than mine. What kind of cancer is it? Do you mind me asking?
Brain tumor. Her name is glioblastoma.
Her?
Yep, they're all girls, the way I imagine it. Just look at their names. Lymphoma, melanoma, myeloma, leukemia, sarcoma. Each of them a fucking goddess of death. Beautiful and ruthless.
You might just be right about that, Mitzi. I used to be a nurse. I know a few things about cancer. And I know glioblastoma. She's a real bitch.
Yeah, and yet she gets to be the prom queen before night ends, while I disappear down the back exit.
How long?
They said I had a year. But that was 6 months ago, so... yeah. Not awfully long.
Is there anything...
They've tried.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So am I. Do you want to talk about something else?
Oh, it's not raining anymore.
Oh well, I don't mind rain. Sometimes I even like it. But according to weather forecast, there's a nasty fog coming. Now that I'm actually scared of. I got lost in a fog once, when I was just 9 or 10. I remember I sat under a tree crying, thinking some monster would appear right in front of me and drag me away.
But now that you're a big girl, you know there are no monsters.
Yeah? How do you know?
The only monsters are us. Murderers, rapists, arsonists. They're the real beasts. So far from humanity, they're no longer capable of feeling compassion or guilt. They're the ones we should really be afraid of. But whether they're lurking in the woods or fog or the darkness of our cellars, it's all irrelevant. You can't predict what happens. You can't do anything to stop it. There is only one way. You turn into a beast yourself, and like them, you show no mercy.
Whoa! Where did that come from, Miss Ashworth?
I just don't like murderers. They're nothing but... parasites. You mentioned a boyfriend. Tell me something about him.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about him. His name's Jack. He's dead.
Oh.
Miss Ashworth, are you sure you want to listen about my miserable life? I don't want to bring you down. These aren't happy stories.
And I'm not a happy stories kind of person. I'm sure you've noticed by now.
I guess so. Anyway, I suppose I would have had to tell you about Jack sooner or later. After all, he is the main reason I'm here. I just don't know where to start.
Tell me how you two met.
Oh, we knew each other for like forever. We grew up on the same street. It's funny how we seem to be made for each other. Perfect match. I always knew he was the guy for me, and I'm sure he never doubted that either. Jack was absolutely crazy about me. We thought one day we would marry, have children, be happy. I never had many friends because I had Jack. I didn't need anybody else. You know, if there's one thing I'm really grateful for in my life, it's that I got to experience this pure, perfect love. Some people go through a lifetime without knowing how it feels. I guess I've been very lucky. But all luck runs out sometimes.
How did he take the news about your cancer?
He thought I was joking at first. He laughed. Then he got really angry. I swore to him I was serious, but he still wouldn't believe me. We had a big fight that night. It was our first and only fight. But it was awful. He smashed some stuff. His guitar of all things was the worst. He loved that guitar. Why did he break it? He was absolutely furious. He walked out on me that night, and when he came back the next day he was different. Begged me to try surgery and chemotherapy. I didn't really want those things, but I did the chemo for him. It didn't help. It just made me feel sick all the time. I felt trapped in this strange place where nothing that happened around me seemed real. Maybe that's why I didn't see what my cancer was doing to Jack, and it was destroying him as well. He changed. He became obsessed with death. It seemed death was all he ever thought about, even though it was me, not him, who was supposed to die.
Jack made those pictures on your wall. Was he an artist?
He always liked all kinds of morbid stuff, whether it was music, movies, paintings. So do I, really. We had that in common, amongst other things. People say it's depressing to listen to sad songs or watch sad films, but I never felt that way.
And yet, you are scared of fog?
Oh, that's different. I might be scared of fog, but I like spiders. They're beautiful.
You must be out of your mind, Mitzi.
No, honestly, there's a certain indescribable beauty in sadness. Just like there's beauty in the grey and ugly winter morning when you look past the obvious and notice what others can't see.
You must love my apartment then. It's like Ugly took a vacation here and never went home again. How did he die? How did Jack die?
It was so distant in the last few weeks before he died. What I didn't know was that he kept looking for something. I don't think he even knew what exactly. But it eventually found him. Or rather, he found him. There are those forums online, you know, about all sorts of stuff. Fishing, computer games, horses, gambling, addictions, everything really. Accidentally, Jack stumbled upon one about suicide. There's a guy there, calls himself the Eye of Adam. He's a fucking god on that forum. It's like a failed suicide club. People mostly try to help each other and offer support. Sometimes it just helps to know there are others like you, to listen to their stories and how they cope with their lives. But the Eye of Adam is an advocate of death. He dwells on human weakness. His job is to plant an idea, to give them a reason to die and tell them how to do it, once and for good. Jack took the bait. Before he knew, he was completely brainwashed. One day he sat down with me and tried to explain his perfect solution. It was the Romeo and Juliet kind of scenario. We were both to die together in each other's arms. It was supposed to be a quick and foolproof death. There was no chance we would have been saved. All thanks to the Eye of Adam, who created a tool for perfect suicide. He told me it was very simple. All we needed were 2 easily accessible household chemicals, which combined together create a gas called hydrogen sulfide that kills you within a couple of minutes. I told him he was fucking nuts, of course, but he just wouldn't give up. He reasoned with me, then he begged, and eventually just kept screaming at me. I figured it was his crazy idea of a modern romance, but it was downright tacky and just wrong. Finally, he said he would get everything ready and wait for me in our special place at dawn, 5 in the morning. Don't be late. Those were his last words he said to me. Then he stormed out. I cried for hours, thinking I didn't deserve all that from the person I loved most in the whole world. A few times I even tried to persuade myself that maybe he was right and I should do it. I just couldn't. I eventually fell asleep. I didn't plan it. I head was killing me. I was so tired. I woke up suddenly. I could see the sun rising out my window. It was nearly 5. In utter panic, I threw myself off the bed and ran out the door. I needed to stop him. I needed to get there before it was too late. But right there in my bedroom, before I even left, I already knew it was. When I arrived at our special place, it was already bright. We used to go there in the past, drink wine, sometimes smoke weed and listen to Pink Floyd, sometimes make love in Jack's car. There wasn't really anything special about that old parking lot. But to us there was. It was completely abandoned. It was quiet. It was safe. After that day I've never gone there again.